So my name's Sam Foltz, and I've pretty much been dealing with eye doctors and bad vision since I was 8 years old. So it's been quite a long journey for me. And growing up around eye doctors as well, because we had some medical folks in the family. Certainly corrective surgery wasn't anything that I had never been told about or had never been introduced to. But by the time I actually reached the place where LASIK was being considered for me, or I was really thinking about what LASIK might be able to do for me, I was at a minus 12.5 in my prescription for my contact lenses, not even my glasses. So if you have any relation to that, you understand the glasses for that are like Coke bottle bottoms. They're really, really thick. And without them, the only thing you can see is the tip of your nose when you're that far away from the mirror, because everything else is just a blur. So all through life, I also struggled with glasses and contact lenses, and it really, in retrospect and looking back, I can see what a burden glasses and contacts really have become. I mean, it's kind of like dragging around a ball and chain. You're constantly looking for them. You can't go swimming without worrying about the fact that your contact lenses might float out of the water. You can't see when you're in the water or out of the water, so it doesn't matter. There are so many things in retrospect that I was disadvantaged by not having good vision or decent vision. So it really kind of came on down the line where I started to consider LASIK, and the very first thought in my head, especially at the time I decided to do this, LASIK was relatively new, 10 years ago, was what's it going to do to me? You might correct my vision now, but not that many people have had LASIK yet, so what's going to happen down the road? I don't want to get 10, 20 years down the road and not be able to see because you hadn't really had time to study it. So I guess the best thing I can say is 10 years later, here I am, and I'm still seeing 20/20. So that's a great thing. But Linda had also asked me to really just kind of tell you about my experience in having LASIK. And like you, I'm sure that one of the first thoughts that goes through your head is this really going to work for me? What's going to happen to my eyes? Am I going to be able to wear contacts if it doesn't work out? Can they do enhancements? There's a million things going through your mind. And the reason is because you, like me, understand the importance of clear vision. We all are able to see, and we're able to see with correction, but without it, we don't have clear vision. And clear vision is something that's really important to those of us who don't have it. Like you, I understand every little change in my vision. It seems like I pick up on it. It's magnified because I lived for so long without good, clear vision. My experience was great, even 10 years ago, which I think is probably the stone age for LASIK. Nowadays technology has changed, but such a quick procedure. And I'm going to leave you with this. It was the most amazing thing to be on the table, and when the laser was doing this little clicking sound, and it was interesting because Dr. Falkenberg said, stare at the red light, and I'm like, really? It's just there's a red blob up there, but I guess that's the red light, so I'll stare at the red light, and within seconds, that red blob came completely into focus, and I could clearly see the bulb that was shining that red light in both eyes. Afterwards, a little bit of gritty feeling. He gave me some medicine, made me go home and go to sleep, and the next day I was in the car driving to Richmond, correction free.